All right. Good evening, everybody. So instead of writing it all up, I'm here. Going to record this little thing right here, so that you're able to get some information about your presentation coming up. Your presentation on week 8, right? The final week, the Tuesday and the Thursday of that week. All students, every student will have to present either Tuesday or Thursday. If you do not present, you're not going to get the points. I can't take late work after Friday simply because I want to get my grades in, right? So, and I think it's, I've been very lenient, and I'm positive all of you can do this. For this presentation, which I'll explain in a second, you need to work with somebody from the class, right? My preference would be that you work with Luis, Trina, Jen, Paulina, Elisa, Lawrence, or Gabby. Christy's gonna have to do a presentation. Either way, they're here to support you. I'm here to support you, but my time is really carved out. So it's gonna have to, it's gonna really have to be concise and to the point if we meet, because I don't have a whole lot of time, especially nearing the end of the semester. I got to prep for a lot of other classes, project rebound, and my own doctoral work. So your presentation coming up is a 5-minute presentation, give or take a few seconds. But I'm not, I don't want a 3.5, 4-minute presentation. I want you closer to 5. If you go over 5 minutes, I don't want you going to 6 minutes at all. No more than 5 minutes 15 seconds. No less than 4.5 minutes. Now, it's got to either be one of the following: PowerPoint presentation. Most of the presentations in class and lectures have been on PowerPoint, right? PowerPoint is relatively easy. It's pretty basic. But you need to have a PowerPoint presentation, Google Slides, right? Google Slides, which is just like PowerPoint except it's in Google, or Canva, right? Gabby and a few other folks in the class know how to use Canva really well. I'm not good with it. I'm not versed in it, so I really can't help you out with that. You can even, check this out, you can even create a video like the one I'm recording for you right now, right? You can record a video just like this one, and I don't know how you would integrate the information about your presentation, but you can talk it out. You can do a number of things. Check this out: poetry, spoken word. If any hip hop or musicians, I know Doc is a musician, right? You can do some music. Do PowerPoint, Google Slides, Canva, right? And you can do any of those methods that you want. Or you can just, on your PowerPoint slides, say X, Y, and Z, and then talk a little bit about you, X, Y, Z, conclusion, right? And this is what I'm looking for. This class is Intro to Justice Studies. We've talked a number of things. We've talked about a number of things: intersectionality, and also we've talked about isms, racism, classism, sexism, heterosexism. We talked hegemony. We talked, Dr. Bickle and myself gave you some stuff on prisons, right? The prison industrial complex, plantations to prisons. What else? Even so pretty much anything. But I want you to be able to put yourself inside the presentation. Give you 30 seconds of a snippet. Hi, hello, my name is Martin Leva, and today I'm talking to you about my life and reentry. I left prison back in 2007 after serving a short just a little over 3-year bid. When I reentered society, I was terrified to come back. The resources available to me were none. I had gone through 4 jobs in less than 4 months, and I could not be employed. Right? I was living on my sister's couch, but at the time I had not received any kind of public assistance whatsoever. So you talk about, that's just a brief little thing. So you talk a little bit about what you're going to talk about. You know, hi, my name is so and so, and today I'll be talking to you about not being able to get a job. And then you would talk about why can't you get a job? What's on your record? Who's holding you back? Who's the gatekeeper of that yes or no for that job? You could talk about, hi, my name is so and so. I'm a veteran as well as formerly incarcerated individuals. Here's what's difficult, right? You could talk about, actually, you can even talk about this. I know that we have one student in the class who wants to go into social work, and that student can say, hello, my name is so-and-so, and today I'd like to talk to you about how and why I want to pursue social work. And then you break down a little bit about some of the things you experienced, who got you into the idea of social work, what maybe some of the barriers you might face. And then also maybe if there's addiction, like, you know, I really want somebody to help me out through my addiction, right? Then you would talk a little bit about your addiction, and always share only what you want to share, right? You don't have to show it into detail, but you can talk a little bit about your addiction and the things that it stops you from doing, or the confidence or whatever else comes up about your addiction, right? You could talk about your time in juvenile detention, talk about time in recovery, treatment centers, transitional living homes, you know, anything you want, as long as pertaining to justice studies and your life, right? Now, I don't want you, again, I want you to do this presentation. You have 5 minutes. On your presentation, there's a couple things you have to do. One, you have to submit your presentation to me. So I'm going to put a little link in the Canvas. It'll say upload your presentation. I'm not going to upload your presentations. I just want them so I can see them. You are going to have to share the screen. Luis can help you out with this, about sharing the screen. Maybe we can even all send them to Luis, and Luis can run them, right? So I'll get together with Luis about that. The other thing, if you say, you know, there's, let's just say, you say recidivism rate in the state of California is 69%. You need to cite that on the very last page of your presentation. The very last page of your presentation needs to have any citations you use. If you tell me, you know, okay, back in 2007 when I left prison, the state of California roughly had 262,000 people inside the prison system, right? It was a high number. Because I said that, I have to cite that. And in my presentation, I can say, according to the CDC.gov, back in 2007, there was 200,000 people inside prison, right? You always got to cite your source, even in your presentation. The other thing is, you know, if you've seen some of my presentations, usually there's a lot of images, right? You can use a lot of images, but if you're going to use words, one thing I do not want to see you do is I do not want to see you reading off of your PowerPoint. It's the most boring and the most unprofessional thing you can do is put everything on your PowerPoint slide or your Canvas slide or your Google Doc or Google slide, and then read it for word. It's like, let me read it since it's up there, right? I like to use bullet points, right? Or you can read like part of the sentence and then you go into something else, right? That's sometimes I do it, but a lot of times it's a bullet point. If a bullet point says the prison industrial complex, I'm going to see the bullet point, but then you're just going to be talking about the prison industrial complex. You see what I'm saying? So this all has to be done by week 8. This all has to be done. I think I want your presentations churned in before week 8, right? If you're presenting on Thursday, you have to have your work in by Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you get it done. Now, any questions, we will talk about it Thursday and we'll talk about it Tuesday. I believe in you. I know you can do it. Seems a little stressful, but also remember when Arnold came into the class that day and he had all them pictures of himself, of success and all those things, you can use images like that. It's open. It's open. So let me know if you have any questions, any comments, and there's still a little time for some change. So if you hear something you don't like, let me know. We can change it. But so far, this is what we got. You have a great evening, y'all.